Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Eric is out of the house. He's at the US Open. Me and Penny are hanging out. I'm here with a good friend, client, so many things. I am so excited today. We've got two powerhouse guests. We've got Dr. Katie Wood and Dr. Melissa Smith. So if you are watching live, give us some love, give us some comments here. We're going to be taking questions. If you have questions for Katie, I'm going to brag on her in a second because she's just so knowledgeable and incredible. But before we start, I want to just announce that I have booked and scheduled my Expanding Your Brilliance retreat that's happening on September 25th. So it's a Thursday from 10 to 3. And this is for the business owner that's ready to expand your brilliance, unlock more profit, and skyrocket your confidence, clients, and cash flow. So if you've been to my retreats before, you're not just like sitting there journaling. We are interacting, you're shifting, you're transforming. And I'm going to be teaching brand new concepts to help you to show up and shine in your gifts, to scale systematically without burning out. We're going to be going through a lot of fun surprise activities. So I'm sure Katie's been to several of my retreats and she spoke at my Healers in Healthcare. I mean, that was just a whole experience. It was incredible. So I will be dropping actually a special coupon code that expires on Thursday. If you were like, yep, I'm in, I've seen the pictures, I want to come, I'm going to be dropping that link so you can sign up and have fun with us in September. So let's dive right in. I want to introduce someone very special to me. Katie actually has seen me pregnant and came to my baby shower, and now I'm seeing her pregnant. So we're going to talk all about her new bundle of joy. So I'll just let her go ahead and take the stage here. Katie, tell us more about your magic.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie, and I'm a pharmacist. So initially worked in retail pharmacy for about 8 years, and then shifted into being a holistic fertility coach because with our first, we struggled to get pregnant and, we didn't receive the type of support that we were looking for. So I had to do so much research on my own, and we were able to conceive naturally. And I just realized that is such a huge gap in healthcare, especially like maternal healthcare. And it's really, really sad because people want to do what they can. They want to improve their health so they can conceive. A lot of people prefer to conceive naturally if possible. And, we're just not giving them that support in the conventional healthcare space. So I'm here to fill that gap. I've been doing it since 2022, and it's just been an amazing, fulfilling ride. And I just think that pharmacy was a really nice kind of like bridge to get me to that space. I'm proud to be a pharmacist and just kind of use that knowledge so that I can and just keep expanding my knowledge in the holistic space so I can support people.
And it's such an emotional journey as well to struggle getting pregnant. And I am the first that can attest to this. So whenever I wasn't getting pregnant right away, my sister had a very easy time. My mom, I was like, something is amiss here. And I went to Katie. So Katie had been a client of mine and I immediately trusted her because it's very emotional, especially for someone who is a go-getter. I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm ready for this. You make that big decision. And then all of a sudden you almost feel lost and out of control. And you think like, what's wrong with me? And so you need guidance and loving support in addition to someone like Katie who constantly invests in herself. So I'm going to brag on her for a minute. This woman is brilliant. Like she would be like, okay, well, let's do this or let's try this and let's look at like supplements and egg quality and all of that. And it's so much more than just information. It's loving support and encouragement from someone who can almost like see the gaps that you can't see. Because even as a healthcare professional, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, what better way to get the support and literally the accelerated path to conceiving naturally with hiring someone like Katie? And so, I wanted to just share. It took Eric and I about a year. He had what's called a variocele, and we didn't realize. And then I remember being in the doctor's office, and they were like, "Yep, this is what he has." And I was like, "Oh," and I just was so upset and like defeated. And Katie picked me right back up, and she's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. These are our options."
Mhm.
So I wanted to just share that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I think they had told you IVF was your only option. And I said,
They
"Hey,
had given
there's
like three different options.
yeah."
One was FSH, the other was the variocolectomy, and then the IVF was in there. And the doctor was
Mhm.
like, "You can choose like whatever you want, not like, hey, this is what is the least invasive or whatever." It was just very
Mhm.
not supportive. And she also had said to me, like, this was a Western minded doctor. She was like, "Yeah, everything that you've been doing is a waste. Like, there's no evidence with supplements and nutrition and all of this." And I was just like, so it was such a soul crushing day. I remember
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So it was really hard.
Mhm. Yeah, and honestly, you conceived 2 months after he had the surgery, and
Yep.
that is like half the time in terms of healing that you would expect for the sperm to like jump back and regenerate. So
Yeah.
whether those things you were doing or not, I mean, I feel like it set up a pretty healthy, fertile
Oh, heck yeah.
foundation. Yeah.
Well, and you even recommended certain things that we now still implement. So like I use uh instead of like I was using Tide, there's my confession. Now I'm using, I think it's Attitude or Seventh Generation. Like I'm even less toxic things in our household that
Mhm.
it again, it's the ripple effect of now we're reducing that toxic burden. And that's years later after you and I worked together. So
Mhm.
it really is such a profound shift in the way that you view your health and the things you ingest, as well as your internal state and environment, which I know you work with that as well. So,
Mhm. Absolutely. And now Lindsay, right? Lindsay is going to experience all those positive health changes that you guys
mhm.
have, continually implemented as well.
And that's really the bigger ripple effect of the book. So I want to share, this Katie that was in. This is the second book Katie's in. This was the first one. So if you haven't gotten Moving Beyond the Counter, Katie's also in this one. I don't know the page number, but she's in there.
Yes.
And, it's really about one of the things, and I just posted about this, that gets me most excited about the work I do is we're breaking generational trauma and cycles that, like, my dad had trauma, my probably paternal grandpa, like all of that. I get to be the one that breaks these strongholds, that gets to lead from love. I'm not perfect, but I feel that a lot of us, are leaders in the book that are doing the same thing. Like we are creating a new way for our children and their children and their children. So it's that ripple effect that gets me really excited.
Absolutely. Yeah.
hmm
Hmm.
So tell us a little bit more. Before we got on today, you were talking about how you were pregnant before and now you're pregnant again. And I'm curious what the mindset shift is, or what the difference is between those two pregnancies.
Yeah. So I had my daughter in 2019 and I was still full time retail pharmacy. So very different environment compared to being an entrepreneur, working 12-hour shifts, things like that.
Yeah.
And she just turned 6, so time
Ah!
just flies by. It's insane. My husband has been wanting to have another child like since ever ago. And I am just like, I just don't know if I can do it, right? I don't know if I can hold
Yes.
all of these hats.
That's where I'm
Um,
at. I
because
get it.
uh, I'm a homeschool mom, so my daughter is always with me. I work from home, and it just seemed like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to expand my business, still be a present mom, like just all of these things. So I had a lot of fear and concerns around that.
hmm
Well, fast forward to
God made the choice for
2025.
you.
We kind of had a surprise pregnancy, which is just such a blessing. It was very unexpected, especially because we did struggle to get pregnant with Olivia. So just a huge blessing, and so grateful for it. And it's amazing how when something then happens that I had so many like, well, what if this? What if that? Like,
Yes.
can our parents who are in their 70s still like come and babysit two kids? Like the list went on and on and on with reasons why it could be hard, or,
Yeah.
and then it happened. And then it's like, okay, well, now my concern is like making sure this baby is healthy, and just all these things, like all those fears just washed away. They just washed away, and it turned into, I know I can figure this out. We're going to figure this out.
Right.
And I feel like this last 6 months in my business and in my life, like I was going to post on my stories about this. My word for 2025 right now is expansion, because I have expanded my capacity to receive, and just expanded my capacity to hold things as well. In this current moment, I have the most one-on-one fertility clients that I've ever had in my business. And like, I'm currently working on systems and structure, and hiring team to help me sustain this, but then also support me as I have this newborn, and kind of like figure out and navigate this like new motherhood entrepreneurial journey, because I'm going to now have a newborn baby at home. Like, my boundaries are going to have to go up between my clients and things like that, like the things
Yeah.
that I'm willing to entertain, so to say, right? The types of clients that I work with, and just setting myself up for success. So I'm just here to say, like, if anyone is even a mother of one child, or you want to be a mom, but you're an entrepreneur, like any of those fears, like, let me tell you, I had a laundry list of reasons why we shouldn't have another child. And now it's happening, and I'm so excited, and we're figuring it out. And I feel so at peace with everything.
Yeah, well, I can resonate with a lot of what you're saying, like, the boundaries. I remember like my hands were always busy. I'm like, I can't, like, your bullshit tolerance meter goes like
Oh,
you're way up or down or whatever the right, like, you have to tend to this baby, and so your time is consumed with like changing and all of that, feeding because they need you. So I'm here to reflect to you, like, anything is possible. Like, I had the same, I was like, how am I going to do this? And you will figure it out. If you've got a supportive husband, which I know you do,
mm-hmm.
that is key. If anybody here is like, oh, I'm thinking about having a baby or whatever, like, that's what I said. You need to have a supportive husband or supportive spouse or partner, because it is, you need a village, you need people encouraging you. I remember like calling you because I wasn't sleeping, and I was like, Katie, when is this gonna end? And you were like, it's gonna get better, it's okay.
Yeah.
But that was just super helpful, like having people to call on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just watching you, you know, blossom in the last year or so, because now Lindsay is over a year, and you've just been killing it in your business, and just watching you balance it all. It seems impossible, but then like when you're thrown into it, you figure it out. And like you said, having a supportive spouse, partner, or family member, friend,
Yes.
I mean, just having someone to help support you in your vision and your dream, whatever that may look like for you.
Yeah, and I just want to acknowledge too, like, God really blessed me with like the best neighbors. I have such great neighbors. Like, because my parents aren't here, so like I'm leaning on my neighbors. My gym has a daycare. Like, get creative. If you don't have family around, who can you call on? Or like even people from daycare that I've hired. I'm like, I need your help. Can you come watch Lindsay? So I think also too, as type A people who love control, sometimes it's like, well, I can't ask for help, or I don't want to seem like I'm weak or whatever. Like, throw that out the window, because it's okay to receive support. Like, people are willing to help, and if they can't, they're going to say no. But that is how you can hold it all. You talked about capacity. It's like, and I wrote
Mhm.
about this in the book, Delegate, Automate, Eliminate. Like, we need to have those things in place, structure in place, to be able to hold more energy. So
Mhm.
it's okay
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Yeah, and I think I talked about it a little bit in one of my questions is like, what can you delegate to people? So one of my clients who's actually trying for baby number 10, like she says she gets her groceries delivered to her.
Oh, I
Like,
do that. I just
well,
had that.
that's like a huge thing off your list. We
Yeah.
have a cleaning company come in every 3 weeks because when we had Olivia, we have a pretty big house. And when we had Olivia, I'm like, I can't do this. Like it was a big stressor for me. And we had them come in and they've been coming ever since. Like it's just such a big help knowing that, okay, this is going to get done at least very soon. You know? So whatever that could be, like maybe you have someone work on your lawn or just whatever like that pain point is for you where it's like, oh, I just wish I didn't have to do this, or it takes a lot of your time. Figure out a way to have someone help you. You know, like my in-laws, my parents, when they come and watch Olivia, they help with housework, they help with yard work. Like they're just our team, man. And it would be really, really hard to do it without them.
Right, exactly. You're making me think about getting a cleaning person. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. Like, but I would like, I don't want it like, how do I say this? Like, I want them to come in, do the job, and then leave. Like,
That's exactly what they do.
That's what I want. I'm
They're
putting
here.
it out there on Facebook.
They're here for 2 hours or less and then they're gone. And you know what? I feel like I had the idea in my head, but I was like, no. And then one of my friends said she had gotten a cleaning lady and it made a huge difference. And I was like, you know what? That's my permission slip. So let me see your permission slip.
That's my permission slip. I just don't want them in my business. Like, be respectful. Like, you know, I don't want drama or whatever. Like, come in, clean, and then leave, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, how do we delegate and balance baby and business? And it's actually, I was thinking about this for you. You said yes to the book and then like talk about expansion, like expanding your brilliance, and then you got pregnant like a month later, because I think we started in January. So it's like you were in that energy.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like, it has pushed me to do so many things. I had been wanting to sign up for this podcast program. They really help you like revamp your podcast so it can help bring in clients. And as soon as I found out I got pregnant, I'll be quick. A past podcast guest of mine signed up for this program.
Right.
And I emailed them and I was like, oh, I made a referral. And they're like, oh, we'll give you $1,000 off the program since you referred this person. And I'm like, Joel, I'm signing up. I'll be done with this program before we have the baby. Like, think about where my podcast could be in that time and to help me bring in clients, to like save my energy on the front end in terms of like bringing clients into my space.
Right.
So,
Well,
like, it gave me that push to like, this timing is perfect. Look at this gift from God. Like, this person unexpectedly actually signed up for this program I had mentioned, and then I received $1,000 off of it. Like, you can't tell me that those aren't signs. Like, you need to just do this.
Right. Well, I love that about you, is you take the leap. I did a quick reel on this morning. Like, you were not afraid to jump to without the, like, what net is there? Is there a net? And sometimes that's hard. It's hard to go into the unfamiliar. Your nervous system wants to keep you in safety. So, but you continually, I feel like, stretch yourself, and you inspire me. So I hope you know that. You're incredible. And I hope that everybody watching reads your chapter, that they follow you, that they refer their friends to you, because like Katie is such a gift. I cannot tell you enough. She's brilliant. She's compassionate. She's my rock in my business. Like, now she's my support coach and I trust her. Like, if I had $1 million and I had to put it in a safe and be like, Katie, hold this, I would trust her. Like, that is the level of trust. So I am singing your praises. Follow her, hire her. And yeah, tell us where we can do all that, Katie.
Yeah, so you can definitely check out my website, happynourishedmotherhood.com. It has free resources on there. It has like my favorite fertility or hormone products, any discounts I'm able to get for my clients or community. And then you can find me on Instagram at the underscore wellness underscore pharmacist. I love just talking with men and women who are struggling on their fertility journey and either helping point them in the best direction, or if we feel like we could be a good fit together, like hopping on a free call and just talking about what has your journey looked like, what have you tried, and what obviously hasn't worked yet, and just ideally trying to point you in the best direction that feels aligned for you,
Mm.
ultimately at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you also have an Etsy shop. So let's plug that in there too with amazing homemade blends, right? You make your own.
Yes, I have an Etsy shop. There's essential oil blends on there for PCOS, fertility, progesterone, hormones in general. I can do a custom blend as well. And then there's some cute merch too, like if you're a mama right now, if you're doing IVF, there's just a ton of fun fertility and motherhood related things on there as well.
I love that. And you just really give from your heart. So thank you so much for giving your time and energy and love today. Again, make sure we'll plug you in the show notes here. So make sure you're following Katie. And thank you so much.
Thank
And
you for having me.
our next episode is coming up at 11. So we'll see you then.